Good afternoon. Where are we? We're in the semi-dark. What are we doing? What have we done? I'll tell you what we've done. We gave the photon a touch-up. Right? It's packing its bags. It's getting ready to leave. If you want to meet it at the bar and say goodbye, you can. But I warn you, they're invisible and they're massless. You have to look for the pint glass getting picked up by an invisible person. The photon is a myth. It's ridiculous, okay? It really is. Light, after a bit of digging, a bit of trial and error, and a bit of thinking, light, we have a light source. The light source. No photons come from the light source. The photons are a myth. What happens is you have a light source. The light source is always radiating its light at absolute speed. Wherever it's going to reach, it is already there. That's how it works, right? That light, like for example, planet Earth, it's not photons raining down on us, it's the actual absolute light from the light source itself. It's bounced, hit Earth, and everything is lit up. That is why there is light everywhere. It is the absolute light from the sun, radiating, smashing down on everything. And what you'll find is anytime the sun's out and you do a bit of a walk, or you carry things, or what you'll see, wherever that light source is, if there is something directly in line with that light source, watch out for a thing called a shadow. It will be in the shadow. You've got the light source, the item is going to cast the shadow, and the shadow. And you'll find that they're all in perfect harmony every single time. 100% lined up. That can only happen with absolute light. The photon is a myth. Now in here, there's a few mirrors. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is open the door, and hopefully that mirror should still be lined up. Bouncing sun onto that first mirror, and then everything will light up because the absolute light from the sun is bouncing off of the mirror and hitting other mirrors, which then smash the light onto all different surfaces, and it gets light. That's what's happening. There isn't a photon anywhere. So again, I've got the sun bouncing off of a mirror out there. It's coming onto this mirror, bang. That mirror is going onto that mirror, bang, onto that mirror, bang, onto that mirror, and at the same time, it's bouncing everywhere else. That is why we have light. There is no light photons here. The light is bouncing off of things. That is why we have the light. That is why we have shadows. There's light bouncing off of things. Absolute light from the light source itself. There is no photon. I promise you, I guarantee you, I slam dunk. There is no such thing as a photon, and there is no Mickey Mouse finite light. It doesn't matter what they say. They have been telling porkies because of relativity. They want relativity. They can't have relativity. It's an absurdity. It's a mind fuck, isn't it? A light source. A light source, when you turn it on, it doesn't matter. It does not matter how far away a person is from a light source. If a person can see a light source, they are seeing it exactly where it is. Now look at all of this light. This would not usually light this room up like this, right? Because of all the mirrors, right? So what's happened is, as soon as I turn the light on, the light at absolute speed hits all of the mirrors, and then it bounces off of the mirrors and onto, boom, 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 boom. It's everywhere. It's treble, quadruple bouncing off of mirrors, all in an instant at absolute speed. bang. There is no delay. There is never a delay. If you're seeing a light source, you are seeing it because it is powerful enough to be seen. There is never a time when a person is that far away from a light source that you can expect it the day after tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. You either see it or you don't. Now, if I find my green laser, that would be good. You know what I'm like when I need my lasers. I thought that was the green one, but okay. Well, what we can do is no, I don't think I'm going to take it outside. So what we'll do is we'll pretend that I'm not looking for it, and then when I find it, I'll go, right, now this is the thing with the green laser. So everything that I'm saying, it's definitely a slam dunk. There is no photon. Nothing. What's coming off of this, it reaches my hand, right? The further away my hand gets, it will get that far away from it that the hand will stop casting a shadow on stuff. But if my hand had eyes, I could turn around and still see it. But the further away I move, the shadow possibilities become null because I get too far away. But everything happens at absolute speed with light. There is no delay. It isn't logical. It's highly illogical, especially knowing how the solar eclipse works. Now, hello. Right. What we're going to do, this green is the better one. Right, see, there's no smoke in here now. What we really wanted is a bit of smoke. I had smoke in here earlier. I was burning a box. Well, my eyes were tearing up, weren't they? But they were tears of happiness, knowing that the photon is packing its bags. Hang tight for a second. I didn't say start talking, did I? Just hang on for a second, please. Hang tight. It's fun bit with burning stuff. TikTok doesn't usually like this. You're breaking the guidelines. I'm a professional TikTok. Right. Right, got that slope build. All those photon lessons. God, poor kids. Rubbish. Right, then we can burn a tripod. All right, you can talk amongst yourselves, but don't let it get out of hand. All right. There we go. So what's happening here is the absolute light will just keep bouncing off of mirrors until whatever it hits, it cannot bounce off of anymore. It's absolute light. They're all straight lines, obviously. There would never be a time when you could find yourself in a position where light is on its way to you. It doesn't happen. It's illogical. Let's block that sun up there. It's good to finally nut the photon, isn't it? Photon. Oh, of course they'll go, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He hasn't got any degrees. Has he got a PhD? Nah, don't listen to him then. Yeah. Don't need PhD when you have common sense. Because there isn't a problem on this planet that can't be solved using logic and common sense. Fucking science. Of course science is good, but real science, not Disneyland science. So what are we proving here? That it's fun to play with lasers. It's absolute light. It's always going to go as far as it can instantly. Like if I had this mirror bouncing around the house 1,000 times, 4,000 mirrors, corner, and I turned it on, it hit the first mirror, you'd see it bounce off of the 4,000th mirror at the very same time. Because light would it's just bang, absolute. It's going to go as far as it can in one hit. You cannot separate the light from the light source. If the light source goes out, the light disappears with it. There's nowhere to go on that. It does not carry on like the photon would suggest at 299,792,458 meters every second. It's an absurdity. Yeah, well, what about all of the... Don't go there. You'll find that they're all porcupines. Everything has been a push for relativity. And once people fall for that, they have you. They have you believing everything they want. Things like bouncing radio signals to the Voyagers with their 1970s hardware. There will be one truth with the Voyagers. They probably did launch them, and they went in a straight line, and they may have tried the thrust in a vacuum thing, but that wouldn't have worked, and they just kept on going. But within a day or two, they would have been out of radio range, and they've been making it up ever since. You'll see. The photon is history. Light is absolute. The light that we see is all around us is because of the absolute light from the sun has come down, and it's bouncing off of the ground, off of the trees, off of the houses, off of the cars. Everything that is in line with the sun, it gets hit by its light. And anything that gets in between the sun and a surface casts a direct shadow with no delay, just like we see in the solar eclipse. Guys, we're coming up to 15 minutes. I will be back tonight. Happy days. I feel really relaxed knowing that the photon... Quickly go and you'll grab it at the bar before it leaves. Remember, hard to see because it's invisible and it's massless. Alright, see you later, guys.